What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video with me, Matt. On this video we are going to be taking a look at the very famous sim racing page on Reddit, Sim Racing Stewards. We're just going to go through a few of the videos on there and see if we can find out who is guilty of the accidents in those videos. So stick around. So the first clip we have here is called "Is This a Fair Move?" Now, they're obviously playing the new F1 game at Austria, riding along in the Ferrari, and he dives late up the inside into turn 4 and gets the job done cleanly. Now, they've given us a second POV here. I think it's a clean overtake if we watch it again. It's a very good move. It's very late, which I think catches the Mercedes driver very off guard. And so when you see it from the Mercedes point of view, he doesn't see it at the last second, until the last second. And as he turns in, he obviously just clipped the back of you. So not guilty, in my opinion. I think that's a great move. Right, so this video is titled, "I think he turned in on me." So the camera car is racing at Oran Park in the F1600. Quite a good entry level series in iRacing. Gets a relatively good start, pulls out to the inside, gets half a car length, almost a full lot car length alongside, and gets in a big accident. Right, let's rewind this and have a better look. So he gets a good start, and at this point here, he is almost a full car length, or he's almost fully alongside car number 12 here. As they get closer, he backs out of it and almost gives the corner to car number 12. So when we get to this point here, I can see why car 12 has gone fully across. A little aggressive, I think. But as number 6, the camera car, had already kind of backed out of the move, I can kind of see why 12 had done it. But also 6 is obviously at a much shallower angle for this corner, expecting to run out wide than the 12 is. And then that causes the accident. And then number 2 just comes out from nowhere and just pile drives them. So it's a tough one. Judge, I think. I'm going to call that one a racing incident. Both parties probably could have done better to avoid that. So this video from Lamont is called "Is It My Fault?" We're running on an LMP2s. Camera car's gone wide to try to avoid the accident and gets hit by the car on the inside. So at this point here, on corner entry, I'm not sure if he could probably see this spinning car on the outside, but we'll know that this orange car is here on the inside. Our car has the racing line, so is prepared to take the racing line, obviously on the inside of the corner, but orange car here on the inside is gonna stop that. At this point, he would have got a call from his spotter to say car left, unless his spotter is saying go left to avoid the accident. And he obviously, using the line in the middle of the road here, he's come across to take the racing line while the car is already on the inside. And that's just led to the smallest of touches, but that's then taken him into the car that spun. I think that's the blue car's fault. If he stays on his line, it's going to get tight near the accident. He's gone left to avoid it, but he also hasn't allowed for the car that's here on the inside to avoid it. So, guilty, in my opinion. Guilty. Right, so this post is from this black Caterham from R Factor 2, and they're saying that the purple car should have waited for a better time to plan their attack. So the purple car gets a fantastic run out of turn 4, I think it is. Gets a little bit tight. Wow. That has ended a lot worse than I expected. Right, let's go back. So the purple car gets a fantastic run out of that corner, gets fully alongside the camera car at this point. Gives them, they've got plenty of room, and then the purple car comes across to try and take the race line when he's not clear. So that is the purple car's fault. And then he hits this cone on the outside here, which flings him up in the air. He stars out the biggest two-wheel run I've seen forever. But unfortunately lands perfectly on top of our camera car's rear wheel, which pulls the camera car towards the barrier and ruins both their races. The purple car is probably at fault just purely because of closing the door at this point here. And if he doesn't do that, if he just stays on his line, he's got the pace to get ahead. By this point up here, he's ahead, I reckon. And this accident would have happened. Just a slight misjudgment from this purple car, I think. But the purple car is guilty. Right, so this clip is called, "Is This a Racing Incident?" So the poster has said, what is the procedure for overtaking a car that is collecting it? So we're in the Mazdas at Tsukuba. He is on the inside here. You can see the car on the outside has got a bit of a slide on. And he's just literally driven straight into the back of him. There is literally no one to blame in this but the camera car, unfortunately, in my opinion. You can see the car's sliding on the outside. At this point, you can see the car is sliding. I don't know how much time he would have had to react. Obviously, it's easier from an outside point of view. But you can see, obviously, the car sliding, and he's running out wide. And the camera car doesn't brake until the last minute. So it's hard to judge if he would have had enough time. It's on the verge of a racing incident and the fault of the number one car. We're just running straight into the back of the car. Right, so in this video, the poster has asked if this overtake was too aggressive or was it a fair overtake, and that they were struggling to get past this car the entire race. So we're in the McLaren 720S on ACC, or Assetto Corsa Competizione, chasing down another 720S McLaren at Spa. 17 laps into the race, so we're very close into for how long we are in the race. Coming up, is he going to send it through here? So he sends it from a long way back. Little bit of a door bang. The lead car parks on the exit. Right, so at this point, when the car ahead starts braking, we are fully on the brakes as well. And we are 2 car lengths behind. At this point, we have caught up quite a lot on the brakes. And fortunately, when we get to the apex, the car ahead has just about seen it, the camera car coming. There's a little bit of a door bang. So a little bit aggressive, but acceptable, in my opinion, in Tin Top Racing or GT Racing. And then the lead car pulls ahead out the second part of the corner and almost like parks it on the apex to make sure the camera car isn't getting a good exit out of the corner. Okay, so we've got an overhead view. So we're 2 car lengths behind, coming through Blanchimont. And then our car at the back is going to send it from a long way back. Bit of a door bang. And yeah, the lead car, rightly so, I think, if you're going to slam it up the inside, the camera car we're following sends it up the inside. Little bit of a knock on the door. And then the lead car just parks it on the exit to make sure our camera car doesn't get a good exit and that he stays ahead and lead. I think that is hard but fair racing. Right, so our next video is called "Is the Lambo allowed to make this move?" And we're on board with the Lambo, so let's see what happens. Braking nice and early for the corner, double apex. So double apex gives them a little bit of a love tap mid apex, like between turns 1 and 2. So at this point, we're on the racing line and we're up the inside in the Lambo. And the Mazda on the inside on the outside tries to turn almost into the space where we are. So I think there's only one person to blame for that, and that is the Mazda. Guilty for the Mazda. Right, now we have a F1 23 video. We're being asked whose fault this is. So the Ferrari looks like he goes for a move around the outside. And I'd say on first look, it looks like it's the Ferrari's fault. But then when you watch it back from the Ferrari point of view, the Ferrari moves to the outside and sticks close to his line here. And the Mercedes comes across the track into the side of the Ferrari. So that is, for me, the Mercedes fault. Right, so this clip from F1 23 is captioned with, "Is this a legal defense?" So let's have a look, see what goes on here. Right, okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So the Mercedes has pulled defensively to the right hand side, is still within track limits, still has 2 tyres within the white line. Ferrari's in the slipstream when we pull out to the left, but the Mercedes moves across to almost block and doesn't leave one car width, which in F1 normally is a penalty for aggressive driving, aggressive defending, blocking. So we get the switchback on him out of turn 1, gives us the outside for turn 2. And at this point, we have plenty of room on the outside here. And the Mercedes has plenty of room on the left here to turn into. But it shoves the camera car out wide and forces us off the track. That is totally on the Mercedes. Definitely their fault. Aggressive blocking into turn 1 and then shoves you off the track out of turn 2 and into turn 3. So guilty for the Mercedes. Right, so this video, the camera car is the black and purple Mazda, and the caption is, "I am the black and purple car. Is this my fault? I want to learn from the situation." So we're racing the Mazdas at Tsukuba again. Gets a fantastic switchback out of turn 1. Gets alongside almost the Mazda. And they come together into that corner. Let's see it from this point of view. It's a tough one because we get, as the camera car, the black and purple, we get a fantastic exit, but we're never fully alongside. We're only level with the other car's rear wheels. But at this point here, we're on the edge of the track. We've maybe got the little bit of curb to go, but the red Mazda has started to come across. So you see here, the red and white Mazda is on the left, but is going for the racing line here, and hasn't really left room for us. We're also not fully alongside, so I think it's a racing incident where both parties could have done more to avoid this. If I was the black and purple car and I wanted to learn from this, I would probably learn that if you're not fully alongside, then maybe just back out of it and go for another corner and attempt the overtake somewhere better. Right, so we are on to our next video now, and the caption is the POV car at fault? So we're in the Porsches at Mugello. We are gonna give them a little bump up the inside, and yeah, that's quite obviously the camera car's fault. So into turn one, he gets a good switchback, and we bump the car ahead and kind of try and force our way up inside, even with two wheels on the grass as well on the inside, trying to force this gap on the inside that's not there. The car ahead gets a better exit and goes fairly defensive with his line into turn two. At this point here, this car should not be attempting this line, because if they do, they're never making the corner unless they brake early. And if they brake early, they're just not going to get the move done. But for some reason, at this point, we aren't backing out of the move, and the car ahead has already turned into the corner, shuts the door on us, and unfortunately loses out because of it. But that is 100% the camera car's fault, and the camera car is guilty. Right, so this is the last video for today. So the caption for this one is, who is at fault? Is it the white car or is it the blue car? So it looks like we're on board with the white car. We're on the inside, and the blue car just comes along the outside and goes flying. Oh, so okay, so it looks like we're overtaken. Are we going to get a second? Okay, so we get a better camera view. So we get the white and blue car gets an overlap on the blue and yellow car, but then shuts the door. So he gets out the corner, gets an overtake, he's half a car length ahead, and slowly closes the door. As you can see here, there is 1.5 car widths here between the two cars. At this point, there's not even one. This car hasn't really moved from, if we go back, the same sort of distance from the white line. But we, as the point of view car and the white and blue car, have drifted over. The car on our outside notices that we've moved over and it's gone right to the white line. Literally has a tyre width left on the track. And then we just have squeezed him out and have sent him off into the barrier. So white car is guilty. So guys, thanks for sticking around for this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to put a comment below and let me know what you liked. Let me know what you disliked. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will catch you again in the next video. Take care.